Are you looking for ways to get your kids outside? Are you part of the 1,000 hour challenge and trying to keep things interesting and fun for your kids? Outdoor free play is super fun and so important, but sometimes it's nice to have an idea of what you're going to do, especially when you first go outside. I can help with that. I'm Brandy, and I'm the mom behind Aunt Bindy's Bookshelf. I'm a mom of two with years of experience in the classroom and as a part-time homeschool mom. And on this channel, I am here to help you as you help your kids learn and grow. Today, we're going to do that by talking about a few different ways that we can get outside, have some fun, and learn something at the same time. If you haven't heard of the 1,000 hour challenge, basically what it is a challenge to match the amount of screen time that the average American child has with time outside. So what they're thinking is that the average American child spends 1,200 hours a year on screens. They're going to try and match that with about 1,000 hours outside. Whether you're doing the challenge or not, I think we can all agree that it's important to get kids outside and playing. So let's talk about some things we can do to make that happen. One way to practice shapes and get the wiggles out is to use sidewalk chalk to make a shape maze on the driveway, garage floor, basement floor, whatever. Draw a variety of different shapes and make sure to put several of each kind in the maze. Kids can definitely help with that part if they're ready to wield the chalk. Plus, that's another way to enforce it in their brains when they're drawing those shapes. Once the shapes are drawn, pick a shape and have kids make their way across the maze, stepping only on that shape. Change the shape to keep the game going.
We're going for a walk. Start at the top of each letter, have kids walk along the chalk. They can say the letter name as they're walking to get in another sensory trigger with that audio. Once they finish one letter, move on to the next one. You can make it a race if you have other kids who are learning their letters too, or you can write your name and race them. If kids are enjoying this activity and you want to extend it, you can have them lay something like rocks, Legos, leaves, whatever on the chalk outline. Double practice.
The way that you can practice shapes is to go on a shape hunt. Go out hunting for shapes in the world. You can look around the house or you can go on a shape walk. I really love to get kids out and looking for things in the world. It gets some of their wiggles out and it shows them part of the bigger community. I like to go on a hunt for a specific shape, like today we're going to go on a triangle walk, as I find it can be overwhelming to search for all the shapes. Kids can take a picture of their finds to show off later, and they love running that camera.
This sensory bin is a sink or float bin. Now, there's a good chance you've seen a bin like this before. It looks super fun and like it would occupy kids for a bit, so that's good. But you might be wondering how much actual learning is happening with this bin. Let's talk about it. Like all play, more's going on here than meets the eye, because you see items being tossed into a bucket, but what's actually happening is an introduction to the scientific method. We ask a question. Will this sink or float when I throw it in? We form a hypothesis. I think it'll float. We perform an experiment by throwing it in. Then we observe. Did it sink or float? And evaluate. Was I right? This is a concept that world-renowned scholars use on a daily basis. And learning it starts right here by throwing things in a bucket. For this activity, we're going to get up and get some wiggles out. I'm using this set of magnetic letters. I'll link them in the bio, but you use whatever letters you have. It's best if you have a few of each letter for this, but they don't have to be the same kind. We're going to sprinkle a variety of letters around on the floor, and now we're going to be anteaters. But anteaters only want to eat A's. So we're going to ignore all the other letters and just grab those A's. Get down on the floor and do it with your kids. In fact, if you pretend you don't know what an A looks like and keep asking them if the wrong letters are A's, they'll love that. Kids love to flip the script and teach you something.
Hopefully, some of those ideas sound like fun and gives you something to do. Go outside and play one of these games with your kids or do one of the activities with them. And then sit back, have a drink, let them play independently. You have earned some off time. If these were helpful, go ahead and hit the like for me and consider subscribing. I release a new video every week, all educational, all helping you as you help your kids to learn and grow. And while you're waiting for those videos to come out, check out some of the videos up here.